Coming vision. Servants of the Moon felt very emblematic of what I wanted to do with Rest Vision as a whole. It has a sort of tribal element to it. It has a sort of industrial element to it. It has sort of a witch house element to it. And it touched on political themes, and it touched on angsty themes, and it touched on spiritual themes, and those were all things that I wanted to sort of encompass within Rest Vision as a musical entity. So it's pretty fitting that it's closing out the second part of Guillotine Part 2, as it's kind of the halfway point of the album as a whole, and I kind of centered it that way on purpose, and then kind of filled in the material around it. And so, the stuff on Guillotine Part 3 and 4 is much more politically focused, and the stuff earlier is much more internal and much more personal. Servants of the Moon, lyrically anyways, is about waking up and seeing the true evils of the world and the men holding power, and the systems that keep them there, and knowing that you're not alone in seeing that. It's about finding community with other people who see the strings that are being pulled. There was a time in my life where a lot of that community came from being online, and finding like-minded people through social media and stuff like that. Then that shifted as we all sort of realized that the people who were running social media were all keeping tabs on us. So there was a lot of sharing of information between people, trying to resource share and give tips on going to the Black Lives Matter rallies, and the protests during the pandemic, ways to stay safe, end-to-end encryption tips, where to get good burner phones, what to do in case you get maced in the eyes.
Don't pour milk on your face, y'all.
Don't pour milk on your face. It's bad news bears.
Unless you're into that. Anyway.
I'm not here to kink shame, but and basics of how to stay safe at rallies when there are police there who are armed to kill and who are representing corporations' interests and rich white men's interests and politicians' interests, and tech moguls' interests. So this song is really about a sense of optimism in finding community and feeling a little bit stronger and well supported because of that. There's also some nice 1984 allusions in the middle of it. The "Ours is the future, we are the dead" lines are from 1984, and that's a quote from a part in the book where the protagonist has found a sense of strength in what he believes to be community with other people who want to take down Big Brother. Of course, we don't really have the same options because Big Brother lives in our pockets now, and we choose to carry that around. So.
Okay, so how does Servants of the Moon relate to either the previous part of Guillotine 2 as an EP or the entire album, if you wish to talk about that?
Well, it comes directly after The Awakening, and once you realize what's going on at the top, there's an initial feeling of being very small, and this is a step away from that small feeling, and feeling dwarfed by these giants who run everything. Strength in numbers, basically, is a good feeling, but that it also relates to things going forward, because, like I said, Big Brother is in all of our pockets, and Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos are always listening, and they have ways of taking mass sentiment and using it to work to their advantage instead of ours. So that's gonna be what's happening in Guillotine Part 3.